A very pleasant day to all. Myself, Mansi Nimishbhai Thakrar from Standard 12 Science, and I am from St. Mary's School, Rajkot. And my topic is Swami Vivekananda incident that I like the most. My most favorite incident is Swami Vivekananda at Chicago. You all might be knowing about that incident, that what happened with Swamiji at Chicago, but what happened before with him is the most important, and that incident goes on like this. Few days after his arrival in Chicago, Swamiji went to Information Bureau of Columbia Exposition to ask about Parliament of Religion. And there he came to know that the Parliament of Religion had been put off for the first week of September. He was also told that he needed a reference from a bona fide organization to get admitted in the World Religious Conference. And it was too late to get registered as a delegate. And it was like a shock to Swamiji because none of them knew how to get admitted in the World Religious Conference. They all thought that Swamiji could attend the meeting by his only boss of personality alone. Somehow Swamiji managed himself in Chicago for a few days, but their cost of living was very high. So Swamiji shifted himself in Boston, where cost of living was less. In his Boston, he used to meet numbers of people all around himself. One day it was his meeting with G.H. Wright, which turned very providential. After several hours of conversation with Swamiji and learning the purpose on his trip to America, G.H. Wright insisted Swamiji that he should represent Hinduism in the World Religious Parliament. And there, Swamiji explained his difficulties that he has no credentials. G.H. Wright was taken aback and exclaimed that Swamiji, asking you for a credential is like asking the sun for his right to shine. Dr. Borrow, who was the chairman of the committee for the selection of the delegate, happened to be his friend. He wrote a letter to him introducing Swamiji and said that here is a man who is more learned than any of our professors put together. And by this, Swamiji got admitted in the World Religious Conference, and what happened after it is a history. All the non-Vedic people were remained mesmerized by his voice and his knowledge, clapping at every second and every sentence he spoke about Hinduism. While all other speakers who attended the meeting started their speech with "My dear ladies and gentlemen," and only the appreciation of their religion and ignore what it gave to the world. Swamiji started his speech with "My dear brothers and sisters." And by starting this mere initial words for starting his speech, the entire hallway filled with the numbers of clapping for at least 2 minutes. And it was its compassion with which Swamiji said this speech touched the heart of the people there. And it had remained in history till now, that getting applaud for 122 seconds for the first time speech. The people there were gleefully clapping, some with the tears in their eyes, and they all were mesmerized by what Swamiji explained and what Swamiji spoke to the people there. They all were so thankful to Swamiji that they explained them what is the contribution of Hinduism to the world. That speech was not only the mere contribution, was not appreciation of Hinduism to the world, but also it was an insight idea of what and how Hinduism has shaped to the world. And also it has kept alive till now the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that the whole world is a family. Because of suffering of such much of difficulties, and then also addressing India and Hinduism is such a great power on this world international level, can only be done by Swamiji. That's why this is my most favorite incident. Swamiji has said that it is a coward and the fool who says that this is a fact. But the strong man says that I'll make my fat. And thus, as Swamiji said that this I'll make my fat, Swamiji have really made his fat. And because of this, today India is one among the country who is really respected and who is really addressed in the world. So because of such a great incidents of Swamiji, and because of all this, he is known today as the great person and real guru of all of them. So thank you so much for listening me. Thank you.